Hey, I want to talk to you. My name is Judith, and I give you guidance and support on your twin flame journey, your path to divine union. And today, our topic is how to end the runner-chaser dynamic. Everybody's talking about runner and chaser, so it seems that there is something on the outside that is showing us something about this dynamic. We have the impression that our twin flame is running away from us, is avoiding this path, which is not true. And it seems that we are like chasing after him. Well, how can we stop this dynamic? Because this is really unhealthy, because it's not serving you. Let's put it that way. It's not serving you because it is something that your ego is doing. Your ego is chasing. Your ego is running. Your divine self, your soul, your inner essence is never up to those things. Your divine self wants to show you that you are longing for something, that you are missing something, and you're really incredibly longing for this, and you're incredibly missing this, and this is what your inner self is showing you. The inner self is showing you, look, there's something missing, but what is missing? That is the question. So to end this runner-chaser dynamic and also to step out of this ego dynamic, I would not say that the ego is something bad. We need our ego. We have a persona here, an ego self in the 3D, and this can also be very helpful. But it should not it should not drive our car, right? It should not be in the driver's seat. Our divine self, our higher self, should be in the driver's seat. Very much when it comes to twin flame union. So you have to know, in order to stop this, you have to know and to get familiar with the laws of the universe. So in one hermetic law, it's called, is as within, so without. You've probably heard about this. As above, so below. As within, so without. And so this outside is showing us something about the inside, right? We cannot resolve it on the outside. We just can't. We can only resolve it on the inside, and then on the outside it will change automatically. Yeah? Because it's always a mirror. And what is within us will be mirrored to us by the outside. That's just how it works. There's no other way, right? Because it's a law. Just as if in physics, this is the laws of our world, right? Of all the material stuff that is around us. When I hold something, a key or something, and I let it go, it falls down. We'll never go up. We'll always go down. It's a law, right? Physics. It's physics, and there are laws like this in the universe. One of them is this law: as within, so without; as above, so below. So everything is mirrored. And you can change what you're experiencing on the outside by working on what is in the inside. So you're missing something. You're longing. You're longing for your twin flame. You're missing your twin flame. What is it that you're actually missing? Both of you are running away from yourself. Right? It's not that one is running and the other one is chasing. You're both chasing after something on the outside. Try to find something on the outside in your lives, and you're running from your true self and your issues, your feelings. you have to turn to yourself and give yourself the attention that is needed, first of all, to see and to feel where you are and what you're feeling. So this is why I always say you should have a daily routine where you are taking out at least 10 to 15 minutes every day in order to develop something over time, which can of course change. And you will, but take out this time, even if you do not have any tools yet. Just take out the time to meditate and to be with yourself, right? So when you are with yourself, you might have feelings that show up. Now then, what are you longing for, right? You are longing for love. So it's always something, and it's more complex than love, and you might maybe not be aware of the complexity of your feelings, and the things that you are longing for might be smaller also than love. So to give you some examples, it might be what you're longing for might be loyalty, might be some friendliness, kindness, honesty. And the question is always, where are you honest with yourself, right? Maybe you want your twin flame to be honest with you, talking about his true feelings, talking about the things that you can see in the eyes of your twin flame, right? But he or she is not talking about the feelings. Well, how about you, right? How honest are you with yourself? And this can only ever be told in the now moment. So be with you, be there with you. And then when you've identified something like this, where you maybe say, yeah, I long for this honesty, I want my twin flame to be honest with me, and I have maybe experienced this already in my life, where other people have not been honest with me, where maybe my parents were telling me lies, or they were not honest about many things. You know, when you grow up with narcissistic parents, then they are always lying, right? They don't even realize that they are lying. There are people, and I believe that those people were in all of our lives. They couldn't make this discernment, what is true and what is not, because they believe in their lies, right? So maybe you've experienced something like this. Then now is the time to tell yourself, honey, I will be honest with you. I'm honest. I'm truly honest with you, and I will always tell you the truth. And try to do that, right? Stick to that. And give yourself some love. So there is more that I could tell about this, but I only want to give you some small ideas about what this could be. So it could also be kindness, could also be loyalty. This is also a big one. If you have experienced people that were not loyal to you in your life, always talking about family members, right? It depends to what extent. You could then also experience things like addiction in your life. You have developed different coping mechanisms. All kinds of things can show up in relation to ancestral patterns. Money issues, for example, is often connected to ancestral patterns. And all kinds of things. Well, list them. Just make a list. Just what comes to your mind. What is here when I'm sitting with myself within the 10 minutes? Doesn't need to be everything, right? But what am I experiencing? What are the issues that I have to face. And your twin flame would mirror this to you, exactly mirror this. And you can receive it, you can think about it, but you can also ask yourself, what am I feeling? Right? And then take steps to resolve this, and I'll be happy to show you. It could be very simple for you to do your inner work, but when you're resonating with what I say, then it might be probable that you have experienced early childhood trauma and that you maybe don't know what you're feeling, and you have no access to your feelings, and that you do not even have access to the trauma because it's been during your time in the womb or during your first year on this planet, right? So there are all kinds of issues that keep us stuck on this journey, on this path. There is a lot of things that we can resolve, and there are some things that we need help with. So if you need help with this, I'm very happy to be there for you, especially when it comes to trauma. Anything else that I want to tell you? Yeah, that was what I wanted to say about those core wounds, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about this law, right? So that to give you the awareness that really everything you need to resolve can be found inside of you. And inside of you also means inside of your twin flame, because you're one, right? And you might have certain issues to not to always to the same extent. It's maybe like 80% on one side and 20% of the other, but for sure you share also the same wounds, right? In a slightly different way. As I always say, you experience those things in a different movie, but at the core they are the same. So I will certainly talk about this another time. And here now I want to give you also the image of a pendulum, because when you turn to yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to stop contacting your twin or to stop communication with your twin or seeing your twin. This might be good at a certain point on your journey, but it's not about that. It's also about like experiencing everything that your twin flame is mirroring to you, and then work on it on your own, right? And you will experience, or you always will experience, some upheaval when you meet your twin, because he would maybe reject you in some way, or say certain things, or tell you about his experiences in his life, and those things, they will trigger you for sure. And with those triggers, it's like the pendulum, or it's ego, right? Vroom, and then you react, and you will always come back to the middle. You will always come back to the middle. Always swing, vroom, yeah, trigger, and then you will always, even if you say at some point, I will never go back to this character again, I'm done with it, you will always come back to this love, right? You will always come back, and it's normal. You can normalize this process of healing to a certain extent, because it will swing slower and slower, right? And then in the end, when it's really slow, by that time you will have normalized this, and you will already know next upheaval, you will know, okay, there's an issue, but I will for sure be in peace and stay centered and stay connected to my divine essence and to the divine and to all that is. And you will get stronger and stronger on that path, right? Watch out for that. And always watch out for the joy in your life, because your twin flame for sure is also mirroring all kinds of gifts into your life, because he or she loves you. Your twin flame loves you a lot, adores you a lot, and always has your back, just as the divine always has your back. And as I always say, we're connected on the planet. Twin flames are forming a grid all around the globe. Let's light up this grid together, and I'm here for you if you need me. I would love to know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye for now.